Welcome to this GameMaker tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how I made this game. On the left here we have all the objects and items I use. We'll be talking about sprites first. These are sprites that make up your game. If you click this red Pac-Man button, you can create a sprite. Wow. Use this to title it, do whatever, draw your picture, and then that's going to be what your object looks like. Now we're going to close that, open up this Alright, delete this extra sprite, that way we don't forget about it. We're going to talk about sounds next. Here you can have sounds. This is how you play your music, sound effects, whatever you want. All that jazz. And then we go close this. Oh, there it is. Then we delete it, because, oh no. We just go to text, open up that, that's good. That's how you get the text of your game. These are objects. There's two ways to make objects. You can click the blue circle up there, or you can right click the name and create object. These are the actions that your object can do. There's multiple tabs, one of creating instances, scores, variables, all that, movement. These are just all of them. I'll cycle through them here. And this is the trial version of GameMaker, so we don't have all these sprites here. We only have certain sprites. We can't, or not sprites, but only certain actions. We don't have access to all of them, but you don't need all of them to make a game. Here we go. Objects use events. We'll show you an example of an event here. There's a create event. The create event, sorry for that beep. But the create event is used to, when this object is made, it will proceed to do this action. In this case, when it's made, it will go up at a certain amount of speed, and will keep moving up. The relative button would mean that it would move up in addition to how fast it was already moving. In this case, nothing would change. But that's all this. There's a bunch of other things, but we won't cover that in this tutorial. Down here you can see the other objects, a lot, and then the next thing we're covering is rooms. If you click this little fish tank or just right click and create room, you can make a new room. The rooms are also the levels of your game, as you can see here. There was an example. I'll make a new room to show you how to put stuff down. So you can move around by scrolling or just moving around in this square in the bottom left. You can click your object, left click to place down your objects, or if you hold shift you can just drag it and place. I'll show you in a second. There's where you make your background to add color. That way it's not just a gray mass that you're looking at. So hold shift, back to, you have to be on the objects tab to place down objects. You hold shift, you can place down multiple objects at the same time and just go crazy. If you want to delete an object you messed up on, you just right click, you can hold shift and then hold right click instead, or just right click and delete. There's also a chance you might accidentally left click on the same square multiple times. If you delete it normally, it won't go away. But if you delete all, you can delete all objects underneath, or just hold shift and right click and it deletes everything underneath that as well. So then you can just make your room or delete everything you messed up on. You can change your cycle through your objects and left click to put them down, all that. And then here we can show, once we delete this extra, we can I'm going to show you the game I made. You click this green arrow on the top to play. The other one is the bug test, but that's something else. Anyways, the green arrow, play your game. Open it up once it loads. There it is. That's the title of the game. Kyle's Warehouse. That's my game. Click start to play. And once we load in, I forgot to move this box. Give me a second. There we go. So you can use the arrow keys to move a guy that's moving right there. You can see him on the right going down. Your goal is to make it to the end where it flashes gold without touching any of the other people. And it's kind of hard to see with this resolution, but every time you crash into someone, a giant box appears, you see. As can be seen in the bottom left, that's the character. You can see him. Every time you run into an enemy, they get faster and move in a random direction. So, as you can see right now, this guy is getting faster every single time he runs into me, making the level harder and harder as the time progresses. But sometimes they can get too fast to the point where they get stuck. But I don't know how to fix that. They just enter warp speed. But here we go. If you can get to the end, you go to the next level. And oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh well, I'll close that game. Alright, well that's gonna be the end of the tutorial, and thanks for watching.